So next up is the lightning round. We've got 3 companies that are going to come up and talk for 3 minutes apiece: Elasticbox, Cloud Velocity, and Liatis. So can I ask Elasticbox representative to come up? And thank you for the opportunity. Traditional approaches adopted by developers, IT ops teams to test, develop, and deploy their applications and services are very laborious in nature. They are very error-prone, and they are primarily focused on optimizing the infrastructure. Collaboration, can I go to the next slide if you don't mind?
Yeah, the clicker.
Great, I do. So collaboration and governance are inefficient at best, if they exist. And oftentimes, teams reinvent the wheel, perform repetitive tasks, leading to lower productivity, slower deployment of applications, because all the focus is on infrastructure and infrastructure management. I don't have the clicker. Next slide, please. Elasticbox platform is purpose-built to enable developers, thank you, to enable developers, IT ops, to focus on applications and services across private, public, or hybrid clouds, while abstracting the implementation details to a service catalog, if you will. Using Elasticbox, enterprise companies can now develop, automate, and deploy applications in the cloud, establish consistency between development, test, pre-prod, and production environments, and streamline and minimize the IT burden, and streamline the lifecycle management of the application itself, and rapidly innovate and deploy new applications to cloud. All this could be done via a policy-based system, where a policy for an IT manager or IT ops would be around where do you deploy the applications, allowing the right person in the organization to get access to the right resources, while from an application developer's perspective, it is which service catalog do I make use of to build and deploy my application. That essentially is the Elasticbox's platform. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, and Steve set up a really great framework for what I'm going to talk about. Let me first talk about the problem we address, and then we'll jump into what exactly we do at Cloud Velocity. Well, if you look at any enterprise, they've invested significantly in their existing infrastructure and applications. And then, as you heard from Steve, there's a constant demand on IT to provide more and more resources. Well, the IT could go and start using the public cloud, but at the same time, the operating models of these public clouds are very, very different from what they're used to. The other challenge is you may have to re-architect your existing application. So we believe the world right now, if you're running in public clouds or in your own environment, which might be data center, colo, or hosting environment, these are isolated, siloed environments. We believe there's a new approach needed, and you have to look at the world very, very differently. You have to think about the resources which you get from public clouds, combine those resources with the resources you own, and that forms a dynamic pool of resources against which you should be able to run your applications. So our belief is hybrid cloud is the future. Well, this is what we set out to do. So Cloud Velocity provides software that makes public clouds like the Amazon AWS or Microsoft Azure a seamless extension of your data center, and that's not where the story ends. Ultimately, these resources are there to run your applications. And we enable on top of that your existing applications to run as is with no modification in these public clouds. Well, if you look at this environment, which now you got a hybrid cloud operating model, what good is it for? So initial use cases which we've identified are you could take your dev test environments, instead of keep adding more resources in your lab, you could extend your lab into the cloud and have an environment where you grow and shrink your lab into a public cloud. The other initial use case we've identified as Steve pointed out, DR. Well, instead of replicating the infrastructure and building out a second data center, you could use a public cloud for DR. The other use case is you could run for a steady state workload inside your data center, but burst into a public cloud for traffic spikes. So against all of these use cases, the benefits are around increased agility, increase protection, and increase scale. Well, this was a lightning round, so if you have any questions, I'm going to be around, or please visit our website, sign up for a free trial, and we are hiring. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Great, alert. Well, I'm going to start my presentation with a question. How many of you use Amazon Web Services? Wow, quite a lot of you. Excellent. So today I'm really happy to announce the general availability of CloudWeaver Discovery, our first application-defined networking service available absolutely free of charge and on demand in AWS. CloudWeaver Discovery enables you to geo-map your network of resources in real time and take a picture of your cloud. But CloudWeaver is more than that. Cloud computing is maturing, and the question now is not about how you provision your resources or deploy your applications in the cloud. We've all used AWS, Chef, Puppet, lots of automation tools, and these are great for provisioning your applications. As an analogy, it's no longer a question about how you pack your car, or in this case, a really big truck when you go on a road trip. It's now about how you meander through traffic, avoid the potholes, avoid the roadblocks, and get to where you need to go. The cloud is about applications like those around big data and those having bursty traffic. But unfortunately, the underlying network, as we know, is not really ready for this. You can expect a lot of traffic, a lot of delays, and a really stressed out operations team. So the next big challenge is clear. It's about performance. Specifically, the control, predictability, and improvement in performance that your applications are really crave. So this is why at Liatis, I'm going to jump ahead to this slide. So this is why at Liatis, we're focused on bringing application-defined networking solutions to market. ADN is the upper layer of a software-defined infrastructure. It sits above software-defined compute, software-defined storage, and software-defined networks. So what's the right abstraction layer for the network in the cloud? And what layer does ADN live in? Any guesses? I don't think these are actually going to reach the crowd, so I'm not going to drop them now. The correct answer is layer 4. Application-defined networking is a layer 4 abstraction. It logically abstracts your network of virtualized resources and controls them in real time. CloudWeaver enables you to create an intelligent feedback loop, continuously monitoring your infrastructure and adapting your infrastructure to the needs of your application and the conditions within your infrastructure itself as they change. So CloudWeaver is composed of 3 steps. Step 1 is discovery. You deploy your application in your cloud, and CloudWeaver automatically discovers your application's needs and network characteristics. Step 2 is analyses. CloudWeaver analyzes your application's flows and identifies potential bottlenecks. And step 3 is orchestration. CloudWeaver helps you scale your infrastructure up or down to adapt to the situation. So today we deliver step 1 with CloudWeaver Discovery, and we're working really hard on steps 2 and 3 to deliver on the entire loop. So visit our booth, number 222. We'd love to chat with each and every one of you, developers, programmers, marketers, partners, investors, and we'd love to show you what CloudWeaver can do for you. All right, thank you very much.